Now you should be on your next page of your notes about writing equations. Make sure you're using the correct notes in front of you. An equation is a mathematical sentence that shows that two expressions are equal with each other using an equal sign. So it's kind of like in the past we were using expressions as number sentences, and you need two expressions, one on each side of an equation to show that they are balanced. An equal sign shows that both sides of an equation have the same value or are balanced, because that is what an equation means. It does not mean, in the past when you see this, you guys are so accustomed to, that's where the answer goes, I'm going to spit out an answer, but that's not the case. You're actually supposed to have both sides equal to each other. Some examples of equations are like 3 plus 2. Well, you know that's the same as 5. Or if I said, well, we've been talking with algebraic equations, or excuse me, expressions. So if I have 4x plus 2 equals 9. This could be true. I don't know what's in the x box yet, but because I have numbers, operations, and variables, and an equal sign, this is an equation. When writing equations, keywords to look for are is, equals, and the same as. So in the past when you had words like product, quotient, sum to give you hints about what operations to use, these words will tell you that you are actually making an equation with an equal sign. And there will be some other examples up on Miss Madera's vocabulary wall. So we're going to write each word sentence as an equation. So they wrote it as a sentence. We're going to turn it into something that looks like this, a number sentence. So the sum of a number G and 6, well, I know sum of G and 6 looks like this, is 54. You're going to circle the word is. That's what we're looking for today. This used to be an expression, but now because it says is, I have it like this. That's all we're doing today. We are writing these equations. Let's look at the next one. A number k decreased by 10 is 12. So k decreased by 10, that was my expression, but now I have the word is telling me it is 12. The quotient of h and 12 is, so the quotient of h and 12 could be like h divided by 12 or h over 12 is 4, is 4. 45 is the product of a number n and 15. Well, product, I don't see the word and. Sorry. I do see the word and, sorry. 45 is the product. Product means answer. So, a number n and 15, product means to times, so I could put 15 times n or 15n is 45, is 45. And it does not matter which order you put the equation because it's a balance. It's going to work either side. Anytime you see an equal sign, that is where the is comes from. That's what makes it an equation. You can write equations to help you solve real-life problems. When writing an equation from a real-life situation, it is important to define the variable. If you're going to pick a letter representing an unknown number, you have to explain what that is. You would say something like, I'm going to actually zoom in for this. It'd be like if I wrote P is for pencils, or if I said B is for backpacks. They don't always necessarily have to match. I could say X for dogs, the number of dogs I'm talking about. That's fine. It does not have to match. I could put D for dogs, but what I'm doing here is explaining that each letter stands for something, and what is that something I'm talking about. Number 8, together you and a friend have $75. Your friend has $45. Write an equation that you can use to find out how much money you have. What is the variable, the thing we don't know? Well, let's say it's going to be X. We know how much we have together. We know how much my friend has. Do we know how much money I have? No. So that's my variable. How much money I have. So I know together the sum is 75, and it's going to be balanced with whatever I have plus whatever my friend has. Well, my friend has 45. Do I know how much money I have? No. So what goes in the box? Not a number. I'm going to put X. So your final equation should look like 75 equals X plus 45. You could have also done 75 equals 45 plus X. Both are fine because in addition, the order does not matter. But whatever you do, make sure that your equation, you have your answer, your sum, 75 on one side, and 45 plus X on the other side. All right. Make sure you have all that, and then turn to the back side. 14 greater than a number G is 32. So on all of your problems, you're going to, on the back, you are going to find greater. What does it want me to do? Greater. That means to add. So 14 greater than a number G. Do I know the number? No, but in this case, I will put G is 32. So you won't have to do this for every problem, but essentially what you're doing is you're translating these words into a number sentence. This is greater than, this is, then you have G, 14, and 32. You need all of your pieces to make your equation. You're going to move on to problems 2 through 6 and go ahead and get started on your group work.